Inspirators, it's Inspiring Vanessa here. Welcome back to another delightful interview for all of you. As you guys may have seen or may have heard, today's guest is a very talented young individual. She's actually from the United States. That is another really fun international guest. So luckily that we do live in the day and age of social media, that we can talk to people from all around the world. But today's guest on today's interview is the lovely Nathalia Jackson, and she is a public speaker. She's also the Kids First film critic reporter, and she's done some incredible things. So I can't wait for you guys to hear about what she's done throughout her journey so far, and we can see what maybe she'll be up to in the future as well. So we're going to bring her onto this interview, and then we can get straight into the first question. Hi!
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I love the background, by the way. It's very
Thank
glamorous.
I love your background. My favorite color is
Thank
pink,
you.
so I really like it.
Background buddies, love it. Love it already. So can you introduce yourself to those who don't know what you do or who you are?
Yes, of course. Hello, my name is Nathalia Jackson. I'm 11 years old. I am from the United States. I know we're pretty far, but it's cool that I get to chat with you. International buddies, just like you said. I am an actress, a film critic, and an inspiring speaker, a motivational speaker on behalf of gun violence. And today I'm here and I'm honored to speak to Inspiring Vanessa.
Oh, well, I'm very honoured to have you here on this interview as well. So we're just going to jump into the first question, which is, how did you realise you wanted to become an activist, and how did you realise you wanted to become a film critic reporter?
Well, when I was only the age of 5 years old and my brother was 2 years old, we unfortunately lost our father due to gun violence during a robbery at our family-owned cell phone store back in 2013. And ever since then, I grew a passion and I realized gun violence gave me a reason to fight, and I didn't want this tragedy to kind of overlook me and define me. I wanted to use it for the better of the world. And ever since then, I know that gun violence is an epidemic and it's a public safety emergency, and I want to use my voice to inspire other young girls, especially who have had a similar tragedy such as mine, and just inspire them to create an impact in their very own communities.
I mean, that is amazing, and I'm so sorry for your loss as well, but you
Thank you.
gathering all of that at such a young age and just thinking, okay, I'm not going to let this define me, I'm just going to use it to help other people and stop the situation from repeating itself. So that is incredible in itself. So how old were you, sorry?
I was around the age of 5 years old and my brother was 2 years old.
5 years old, and you already kind of planned out what you wanted to do. So that is incredible. So I know that you have done or have been to and attended a lot of really exciting events that you can see on your profile as well. So what would you say has been your favorite event you've gotten to attend, and why?
Ooh, that was extremely hard question right there. Being a Kids First film critic has given me the opportunity to go to many events, pretty exciting ones actually, and meet brilliant people, some of my favorite actresses or fellow film critics that I can learn a little something from them. I'd have to say I actually had the honor to attend the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and I met many awesome actresses there. I always had an obsession with Disney. I'm sure you can relate. So watching everyone on Bunked or Stuck in the Middle and Raven's Home, I recently was able to interview Raven Simone and Miranda May from Bunked and Disney's Raven Home, and I think I was pretty nervous on that one, but I got it in the bag. So I have to say it wasn't really an event, but virtual interview, that was one of my favorite ones.
I know, I was just looking on your profile and I was like, that is so cool.
Thank you.
I think everybody can agree that you just love Disney Channel. If you didn't grow up with Disney Channel, what were you doing with your childhood? Because some of the shows and the actresses that you just almost grow up with are really, really incredible as well.
Loading.
Oh, am I back?
You're back! Yay!
Okay, apologies on that one.
No
Slow
worries.
connection. So, how do you prepare for your questions when you're asking your guests at different events or even virtual events that you were talking about just now?
Yes, well, of course, I love to speak about the main event. Realizing, like, for example, Raven's Home, they have a Disney Channel crossover with Bunked. So it'll be 2 episodes with the Raven's Home cast and the Bunk cast together. So I really like to ask main direct questions about that and get the scoop or behind the scenes fun. But I also like to ask a little personal, like how was their experience specifically? And since in this specific interview, I had interviewed 2 different stars from 2 different Disney Channel shows, I wanted to get 2 different experiences. Because I know everyone loves the show individually, so it got to be pretty awesome when they're together. So I just try to find my main sources and just really, I'm sure you can relate, trying to get that main juice, but then getting the side juice with it.
Getting all the juices, all the good info about everything. I mean, that's great to hear as well. And I think any sequel of any show with a big cast that has obviously you've seen growing up is obviously an amazing opportunity to see them all on screen together.
Yes.
So you've got to interview a lot of incredible individuals, lots of actors, actresses. So if you could interview anyone, who would you interview and why? And what questions would you ask them?
You're giving me hard ones here, I have to say. Okay, Vanessa, I'm gonna answer the best I can. That is super hard. I've always had one person that has inspired me and has worked so hard and has accomplished so much as an actress. I'd say Zendaya. I've never had the opportunity to really interview or come face to face or really talk about any film that she's been in. I mean, I'd love to interview her. She has done phenomenal in the business, and I think I really noticed her in Shake It Up on Disney Channel because I was always on Disney Channel as a kid, and I'm sure you know that as well. I mean, she was a dancing rock star on there. So when she started to grow and now she's doing amazing things, she sings it beautifully, and we can relate on many different levels. And just as a Black actress in society growing up, she inspires so many youth members out there. So if I had the opportunity, I'd probably speak to Vanessa. Oh, sorry, I am speaking to Vanessa. I'd probably speak to Zendaya. And some questions that I ask her. I'd probably mainly ask her about her journey, her advice with other youth members who are growing up as an actress, maybe some advice from me, myself, and just asking her about maybe some of her latest things. She's been in Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. Have you seen the movie? It was awesome right there.
Love the movie. Obsessed.
One of her new shows, Euphoria, I'd probably ask her a little bit about that as well. And just what she's looking forward to in the future. How is her quarantine life, on a day-to-day basis? So just asking her some simple questions and just getting to be able to talk to her. I'd probably be way nervous. A lot of nervousness going through my body right there. But it'd be an amazing opportunity, and one day I'll look forward to it.
I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. I agree with you 100%. I mean, I've gotten to meet her twice, which I'm so grateful for. But I haven't gotten to do an interview with her because it wasn't really like an event. It was almost like a lot of fans wanting to meet her. So we didn't really get the opportunity to sit down, ask her questions about everything. But I'd probably ask her the same questions that you did. And what it was like growing up as a child actor and having to kind of have that transition into being in blockbuster movies, for example. So I definitely agree with you. Fingers crossed for the both of us that one day we'll get to interview the Queen Zendaya. So Zendaya, if you're watching this, DM us. We'd love to interview you.
We sure would.
So in your Instagram bio, it also does say that you are an aspiring actress. So why do you love acting?
Well, ever since I was little, I know many people can relate to this, but I was the one at any family event or even at home, I would dress up very extraordinarily and I would put tons of makeup or do my hair very wildly, and I would just pop out of my room and be like, voila, here I go. I'm going to own the stage, which was my living room, and just pretend I was on any show I can imagine, and just maybe interacting with myself, looking back to back and just saying some pretty cool and funny things now that I remember them. And as soon as I got a little older, I've always wow, like I never really knew it was an actual thing, you could do until I figured out you could do acting. And other
Mm.
things you can relate to that is the entertainment business overall, dancing, singing. So I started out kind of dancing my way into the scene. And once I got older, I was like, no, maybe this isn't quite for me. And I asked my mom, I was like, hey, is there anything else that I can really try? She was like, what about acting? I was like, sure, let's give it a try. So I started around the age, I'd say a year after my father passed away, 6 years old, 7 years old around that time. And I've loved it ever since. And I've gotten to meet awesome actors and actresses, such as you. Right now, I get to speak to you, which is pretty awesome. So, brilliant people, super smart, fun people to get to talk to. So I'm really glad that I actually started acting because it's been a whole new experience for me.
I mean, I love acting as well. I think everyone who is an actress right now
Mm-hmm.
and who is very popular amongst the industry or is an aspiring actress like us, I think we can all relate that there must have been at least one point in childhood where you just had a whole dress up moment and just turn into a random character that wasn't named, wasn't specified, but you just turned into that person and you just kind of put on that really confident persona. So that is really funny to hear. And we can't wait to see you in more shows or movies. So we'll definitely look out for you to see your face on the billboards one day.
Thank you. I really hope so as well.
You're very welcome. So, you can already say, or one can agree, that you're definitely a very bright and talented young girl. So what are your
Thank
biggest
you.
goals and dreams that you'd like to achieve in the future?
Well, of course, I do hope, just like you said, to make it big on the blockbusters and the movies. However, I don't want to forget where I come from, my nature. And I think when I grow up, I really want to give back to my community, predominantly an underserved community. It's not really looked at. So I would love to kind of come back when I'm older and really do something. I've always really thought of a community center. We don't really have one nearby, and it would be brilliant to be able to meet up with the community youth and just be like, hey, let's go to like that specific community center and have some fun and just have some really cool games there, like a movie center, just all those really cool stuff that you can all imagine. So when I'm older, of course, I know it will be kind of hectic, but I want to make it an achievement and a goal to come back to my community and just know that I can speak with people and just never forget where I come from. So I think that has always been a goal of mine, or would I say like an important goal. I will definitely make that happen. So I think that's one of my main goals.
So going back to our roots, to kind of remind yourself where everything started, go back to the bedroom. This is why I had my first mini performance in front of my parents. And then now I'm on the big screen.
Yes.
Very much so. So, what would be your top 3 tips for someone who wants to do the same thing as you do? So whether that be become a film critic or a presenter or a reporter or an actress, what advice would you give to them to going into the entertainment industry?
Well, some advice I have is specifically from personal experience, just be yourself. The entertainment industry is extremely challenging. It's tough. And I have come across many situations where a lot of girls look like me, and it's pretty hard because, it's kind of when you're entering an audition, they want you to look a certain way, or, they get asked a lot to hide my hair, but it's who I am. That's the role I'm going in for. So I'm going to present myself the way I was told to present myself, but in my own way. So I just say be yourself. Don't change for the entertainment industry. And one thing I've actually learned from is The Rock. I know it sounds kind of a little off there, but The Rock, yes, he's a famous actor. Everyone knows him, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He actually shared a story where he was too big for the entertainment industry. They overlooked him on many roles, and I soon realized, oh, I can relate to that. I get overlooked on certain roles. And he shared, I wasn't going to change my old wrestling ways and how I look into kind of going into the entertainment industry. And now he is huge. I mean, over 190 followers on Instagram. He is making it big. He is in so many hilarious movies that I love, alongside Kevin Hart in most of them. So he has some awesome movies out there, television shows. And that just proved, you don't have to change yourself for anyone else or anything else. So I think my first tip would be always to be yourself, you know? My second tip would be also from personal experience, just have fun and be prepared with it. I've walked into many auditions and I just totally froze. I was like, oh no,
What
I
is
totally
going on?
forgot. I totally forgot those 5 or 6 lines right there. I'm going to freeze up. But, you know, don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, they can gain a lot of respect from that. You know, hey, I'm lost. Can you help me for a second? Then they'll realize they're not afraid to ask questions. They're prepared. They're ready for this. So just be prepared and have fun, and just be, hey, I'm going to ask a question right now. So just always be prepared and have fun with it. Those are my second tips. And my third tip, ooh, this is going to be a hard one. Let's see. Trying to find one really good one to give to you guys right here. First it up. You know, I think those are my 2 main tips right there. I actually gave to have fun, be prepared, and don't change for anything or anyone else. Those are my 3 tips right there, everyone.
Top 3 tips. I mean, those are fantastic. So I hope everybody kind of got their own advice from those tips as well.
Yes.
And I think any like massive celebrity who's obviously in the public eye or who has been in many movies or TV shows, for example, as you were saying, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, just to see their journey and what they went through before they went onto our big screens is so fascinating for me to learn about as well. And just seeing how every single person has gotten a no and who hasn't gotten a call back, and then it's just that one time that they went in despite all of these setbacks that they've had, and then at one time that's their big break, and then look where they are now. So it's amazing to see what people have obviously experienced for them to be where they are today, basically.
Yes, and I totally agree with everything you said there. And specifically, me as an advocate, you know, some advice I have for those who have experienced personal experience as well is it's never too early or too late to cultivate good habits. Learn and gain faith and just writing your own path, I'd say. Gun violence kills almost 33,000 Americans and injures 75,962 more. Those numbers are continuously rising on a daily, and it is so heartbreaking. I mean, it truly is. And I think that's one of the main reasons I decided to use my voice for the better of this world. Children and teens are getting killed, many of them fatally, you know, injured, 17,000 of them actually. And we need to call for gun control and encourage voters to press charges of the members to act on legislation by regulating the use of firearms, mandatory background checks. There's been so many school shootings, I can't even say the list right now. And that is the reason why I've decided to inform myself. I've actually read a book from one of the Missouri school Stoneman Douglas shootings, Never Again. It is written by David Hogg and Lauren Hogg. They are brother and sister. They're from the class of 2021. They would have graduated this year, actually, in the Missouri Stoneman Douglas High School, Parkland, Florida shooting. And they wrote a book about it. And now that I've completed it, it's just learning about how a new generation just draws the line and realizes you really got to do something about this. So I've learned about so many experiences that they went through and the trauma and the fear they faced for so many years after that one experience. And now they're learning, just like me, to be passionate about what they're speaking about and just realize gun violence is an epidemic. It needs to be stopped. And Kenny Jackson, he was my father, my dad, he was my champion, and he was the first person I saw when I came into this world. So I will forever, as long as I live, use my voice for him and for my 9-year-old brother who is experiencing things and just asking me on a daily, you know, sharing some memories. And he was only 2 years old. So I give him a lot of love, and I'm glad to be his mentor. So anyone experiencing anything that I've been through lately, I'd say use your voice for the better. Start in your own community, impact your own community with good. So, you know, just going back to your roots, like I said a little bit earlier, and just spreading the kindness and love. I understand you. I've cried with you. I've lost hope with you. I've gained back that hope. I've lost faith. But here I am today, and I'm doing better than ever. And I'm just having an empowerment phase where I'm like, I got this. You got this. We got this.
I mean, applause. That you couldn't have said that any better. And it's so great that you are educated on it as well. Because everyone's like, oh yeah, there needs to be change and blah, blah, blah. they don't really have the facts or the numbers that you were just stating. I mean, that's amazing that you've obviously memorized that too, and you can educate other people on it because you've educated yourself. And I think that is so powerful. And I just want to say
Thank
you for just using your voice at 11 years old and at 5 years old, just thinking, this is what I want to do. I want to use my voice for others and stop history repeating itself. That in itself is such an amazing achievement and thing to do. So congratulations on just being yourself and just making an impact.
It is, yep, it is extremely empowering. You know, I can't give myself all the credit. I've worked with some amazing fellow youth members and they're doing wonderful things. They are so astonished and they use their voice just like me for the better. But, you know, I can't give myself all the credit for that. I have to thank my mom. You know, she is my rock. She is my power. I mean, she gives me all the energy in the world. And I think one of my main inspiration is my mother because of everything she has taught me to do. She is a single mother. She works extremely hard and I love her every day for it. And now I'm here. She's actually worked so much, invested into my career, and she still on a daily does it. So I thank her very much every single day.
So proud of mum. Little appreciation and shout out to mum for helping you with everything as well. Gotta love the mums. They always want to support us, and we're all very, very grateful for your mum. And I'm also very, very grateful for my mum as well. So the final question I have for you is, what can we be expecting from yourself in the future?
Ooh, I love that question. I love getting to talk about some super cool projects I'm working on. So recently, I did have the opportunity to film some awesome things right now, and I met an amazing cast. I don't want to give too much away because I really wanted to be a surprise for all my fans and my followers, and you as well, Vanessa. It has to be a surprise for everyone.
It has to be a surprise.
I can't give too many details here,
it's
but
okay.
I am working on a film right now, a short film, and I had an opportunity to meet some awesome cast members, behind the scenes crew, and it is based off my personal experience losing my father, police brutality and gun violence overall. So I'm very thankful I had the opportunity to even be a part of it. We just completed filming, I'd say last week around Friday. Yeah, we just completed filming. It was a lot. It was a lot of work there. We actually didn't finish filming until I think we began at 11 and we finished around 3 a.m.-ish. 3 a.m.-ish. Yes, but you know, it was actually during this COVID-19 pandemic, there was a lot of safety concerns overall. However, we were able to maintain a social distancing and just completing this film during a safe maintaining time. So it was a hectic time and era, but you know, we have to give the entertainment something to live off of. So yes, I'm very thankful for the director and everyone that I worked with on set.
I mean, that sounds incredible. I can't wait to see that coming out, and that sounds obviously amazing. That is obviously based on your personal experiences. It's also almost like a autobiography about what you've been through, and then showing other people and empowering other people. So along with me and everybody else who's watching this interview and all your followers, we're all very, very excited to see what you're going to be achieving in the near future. We're very, very excited to see your face on the billboards, on more interviews, and hopefully interviewing Zendaya as well.
Yes, I will never forget her. I really want to interview her so bad. It's always been a want of mine and sort of a need. I'm like, I need to interview Zendaya, please.
Just keep manifesting it. Just keep asking, and then it will come to you for sure. So where can we find you on social media to follow your journey and what you'll be doing in the future?
Yes, well, of course, you can follow me on Instagram at NataliaJackson.la, as well as on Facebook at Nathalia Naji. I do not have a TikTok account. I am not the best dancer. I have to say that.
I mean, TikTok isn't just about dancing. You can do fun videos as well. I think it's a lot of fun. I recommend it.
Thank you for that recommendation. Yeah, so just go ahead and follow my journey on Facebook at Nathalia at Naji, as well as my Instagram at NataliaJackson.la.
Well, thank you so much, Nathalia, for being my wonderful guest on today's interview. You are a shining star. I
Thank
can't wait to see
you.
what you'll be doing in the future, and also seeing that short film coming out very, very soon. Well, not very, very soon, but it will be quite soon, because
It'll be,
quarantine is just kind of making all the time fly by. But
yes.
we'll definitely be ready to see that coming out as well. And do you have any last words to tell the viewers?
Yes, I want to say, everyone, please remain safe and sound. Try your best to go outside safely. Just like me, I was filming the short film. However, we are creating and maintaining safe social distancing. We are pre-prepared with everything, sanitized on a daily. And just we're all in this together. So let's make it through it all together as well.
We all will come together, and we're all much stronger together. We need this more
Yes, we are.
unity in every community and all around the world. So make sure
Yes.
to join the movement and join the revolution as well. Once again, Nathalia, thank you so much for being my guest today. It was lovely speaking to you from London to Los Angeles, and we'll definitely speak to you soon.
Great. Thank you very much. And I just have to say, I love your accent.
Thank you. I love your accent as well. They're so
I
cool.
have an
American
accent.
accents are so cute.
Yes, I always forget, I have an accent as well. But when you think about it to other people, it's like, am I the only one that has? Oh, wait, I do have an accent. Yes, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. So we'll speak to you soon, everybody. Go and follow Nathalia on her Instagram and also on Facebook. And we can't wait to see what you'll be up to in the future.
Thank you. Have a good one. Stay safe.
All right, bye.
Bye.
So now it is the end of this interview. I hope you all did enjoy it. It was amazing speaking to Nathalia. She is just a ray of sunshine. So make sure to go and follow her on her Instagram, which is nathaliajackson.la. And just get ready to see that short film. I'm very, very excited to see that and see how it's all going to come out as one and the end result. But make sure to follow her and see what she'll be up to in the future. She has done some incredible things, and we can't wait to see what she'll be doing in the future or in the near future. So thank you all so much for watching, tuning in today, and I'll speak to you all on my next interview. Bye, everyone.